Since it's the post-Christmas live stream, show everybody your singing voice. Sing a Christmas carol or something like that, and show off your skills, man.
Oh, goodness.
By the way, Adam King is a trained organist, however you say that.
Yeah, trained organist, classical pianist, and a classically operatically trained vocalist. Means I'm trained in the opera styling.
So go ahead. The people want to hear it.
They told me, pa-rum-pum-pum-pum, our newborn king to see, pa-rum-pum-pum-pum.
Adam 2, what's your 20?
The goddamn cheating umpires break the game. Blatantly. Wilson clearly got the game-ending strike three, and the goddamn cheater got rid of the ball. Blatantly rigged. Watching his hammer. Where's the goddamn foul ball? Are you kidding me? Hello, everybody, and welcome to Rigging It with Adam King. That would be me. I'm Adam King, the King Source. Before I get into this, we're going to be talking the Yankees, a whole bunch of rumblings going to get doing by Andy Martino this evening. We'll get into it. Subscribe to the channel here at NYYNEWS. Also mind it, the King Source, all things sports with Adam King. You can follow us on all of the platforms as well. It really helps us out. We appreciate all of you. We really do. So, let's check my messages. Okay, nothing there. So let's get into this. The Yankees made a trade today. Caleb Ferguson. This is a really good trade. I actually really like it, okay? This guy has put up some very good stats in his career, especially the last couple of years, right? Last year was about 3.38, but in 2022, okay, it was under 2. This guy knows how to pitch. Now, he has had a little bit of issues with control and that kind of thing. Okay? So, 3.43 to be exact. And 1.82. You go back to 2020, it was 2.89. So this guy can pitch. Really good reliever. 5 years experience. Has a World Series ring. I like it. I like it. Good veteran arm. Good setup arm. Okay? So, yeah. It's a great move. It's a great move to me. They didn't give up a lot. Matt Gage, I didn't really like him. Came from the Astros. He could be great. He could be a flop. I just don't like the idea of having an Astros player. Okay? It's just a little bit weird. Are you kidding me?
Just weird. I don't really like that. I didn't know. We don't have to deal with it. So, life is what it is. You have to deal with certain players on your team. Others you don't have to deal with. One story we're having to deal with right now is Juan Soto. Will he extend with the Yankees? There's still a strong belief of that by some. Will he resign with them? There's some believe that's what will happen. I dropped a tweet about an hour ago. Okay, and I always drop tweets, I'm going to do a video. And I said this. Okay, reasons the Yankees must sign left-hand pitcher Blake Snell. Number 1, brings in a player Soto loved playing with, adding extra incentive for him to stay long-term. Number 2, fills the Yankees' biggest need. Yes, starting pitching. 3, shows Boris, that's Soto's agent, you're willing to deal with him next offseason on Juan Soto. Yeah, that'd be a great show of faith to Scott Boras and really get Scott Boras' attention before going into next offseason. I'm pretty sure the Yankees already know Soto's demands. Okay? By the way, the Brewers signed relief pitcher Jacob Junis. That's the move that I was talking about and that insider that attacked me was talking about too. Go watch the Baseball Insiders podcast about 5 minutes from the end. They attacked me for 5 minutes straight. Well, I wasn't happy about it. I'm not going to dwell on it. Just decided to bring that up again, but just a move that just popped out Jacob Junis to the Brewers. So veteran, he was with the Royals, got a title with the Royals, etc. So Andy Martino dropped something a little while ago.
in which he said the Yankees are not quite satisfied with their pitching. They would still like to add a top-of-the-rotation arm. Okay? And I have already retweeted that. Where did I put that? Yeah, right there. About 3 hours ago. I'm going to tag Felix in here so we can pull it for you. And then he surmised on things, and he said he would not be surprised if it is Blake Snell. Robert Murray was on 2 different podcasts today. That's the one that attacked me. And both times, he just would not rule anything out. Okay? In the first one, and that was actually the foul territory one, I believe it was, or fair territory, whichever it was, he said, yes, it does make a lot of sense. And so, this tells me Snell's still on the table, and the Yankees still want Blake Snell. That's straight up what this tells me. And they're playing the waiting game to try to push Snell the right direction, get him down to where they want him. And with this Ferguson trade, perfectly sets the Yankees up for Snell to be that wrap-up move to the offseason, and they've had an A-plus offseason. The first time in a long time I can say that. You'd have Snell matches Sabathia, Soto matches Teixeira, Verdugo matches Swisher, Stroman matches A.J. Burnett, and you've got a 2008 offseason all over again. 2008 to 2009 offseason. So it's a great offseason for the Yankees if they sign Snell, which I do believe they will. It should be quite interesting. Where do I ultimately think they go from here? I think the Yankees go to Blake Snell. So, it's got to send a message. So, stay alert on the Blake Snell front. Okay? If I stop talking, I'm trying to think my thoughts through. I can talk when I type. I've worked at call centers. Keep that in mind. I'm trying to keep my brain in check and stay in gear. So, great roster being put together here. Great roster being put together here. And I'm excited about this team. This is a 90-plus win team. And then they signed Snell, then a 100-plus win team for the Yankees, okay? To take a look at this and walk you kind of through this roster a little bit. The Yankees rotation is Garrett Cole right now. Garrett Cole, Stroman, Rodon, Schmidt, and Cortez. Okay? You could even just swap a couple in there and get your righty-lefty stuff. Then you have so many guys in this bullpen, it's ridiculous. Clayton Beater, who will have a chance at spring training to make the roster. Scott Efrost is back. He will be healthy. Caleb Ferguson. Luis Gil will have a chance. Yandris Gomez will have a chance. Victor Gonzalez, Ian Hamilton, Clay Holmes, Tommy Conley, Matt Crook, Jonathan Loisiga, Juan Marinaccio, Cody Morris, Cody Petite, a couple of Codys, Nick Ramirez, Luke Weaver. All these guys will have a chance at that bullpen and being in that loaded bullpen. You saw Blake Snell, the Yankees finally have their depth back. They have the pitching back where they were to start the offseason before they traded a bunch to get Juan Soto. Okay? That is exciting. You look at catcher, and I don't think Ben Werfet will be there, so you'll have Carlos Narvaez, Augustin Ramirez, Jose Trevino, and Austin Wells. That's a dang good catching combo right there, Trevino and Wells. And Trevino and Wells are working out together down there in Tampa, if I can say it. One funny thing from ESPN, they list Marcus Stroman at 5'7". He's 5'9". I've stood beside Marcus Stroman. I met him once. I was down in Phoenix, and he was down there pitching. I got the chance to meet him. He's a good bit taller than me, and I'm 5'7". So, I don't think he remembers that, by the way. No, not for a chance. For infielders, they've got Oswaldo Cabrera, Jeter Downs, DJ LeMahieu, Oswaldo Peraza, Anthony Rizzo, Gleyber Torres, Yorbit Vivas, and Anthony Rope. That's 8 frickin' infielders. How do you pick 5? And I go with 5 because I'm 2 on the bench out of that. Man, outfielders, Jason Dominguez, probably we're talking June before he gets back. Trent Grisham, Aaron Judge, Erickson Pereira, Juan Soto, Alex Verdugo, and Giancarlo Stanton. That's 7. Yankees are overloaded. Stanton will likely be the DH as well. 6'6", 6'7", 245-pounder, 250-pounder. But that's a deep team. The Yankees have a deep, talented team. Okay, deep, talented team. Gonna be interesting how this unfolds. How everything moves with this team. So, think Blake Snell is the final move at this point. I do believe the Yankees can still poke around on the relief pitcher market, if I could say it, pitcher market. And if another opportunity presents itself, grab it. I do. But we'll see 100% how this goes. We'll see. But Caleb Ferguson's a good get. Really good get. You put him with Holmes and John Losiga, if they're all right, that's probably the best back end of a bullpen in baseball. Yeah, even better than the Cheatstros. That's a really, really, really good one. Really good one. Okay? What's the latest with Blake Snell, by the way, for anybody wondering? Not much at all. Ken Rothal, Jeff Passan, Joel Sherman, John Heyman, Robert Murray, Bob Nightingale, all of them today said there's nothing going on with the Boris 4. In some facet, they all said that. Yikes. Can I say yikes? What is Boris doing? You can't just sit here not even trying anything. And as I mentioned on my show I did on my channel, with Scott Boris, you can tell what team's going to be involved after the new year when he takes players into the new year. Okay? Every time he does that, the player signed to the team they were connected to before the season. Every single time. So with these Boris 4, Blake Snell's only connected to the Yankees, mind you. All the other teams had other players and backed out. Okay? With Cody Bellinger, connected to the Cubs and the Yankees. Most. The Yankees had talks before Juan Soto, and they kind of shut it down. Haven't really done anything there since. On Matt Chapman, it's the Cubs and Giants, basically at this point. They're the only teams really connected to him. Was Jordan Montgomery, there's about 7, 8 teams. 6, 7, 8 teams, something like that. But the strongest, again, are the Cubs, Cardinals, and Rangers. So that's kind of where the 4 sit. Jordan Montgomery, again, Cubs, Cardinals, Angels, Matt Chapman, Cubs, Giants, Cody Bellinger, Cubs, Yankees, and Blake Snell, Yankees. So we kind of have an idea here. Is there a chance for a surprise? Yes, but it just doesn't happen with Boris guys at this point in the offseason, best way I could put it. So I would stay alert, very alert going into spring training. Even in spring training, the longer Blake Snell sits there, the more likely it is he calls the Yankees up and says, okay, I'll take your deal. And if he does that, the Yankees are signing him. You bet they're signing him. The Yankees' payroll for tax purposes is about $305 million, so they will pay 98 cents for every dollar. However, the Yankees are still involved in trade talks. And if they jump Torres and drop that down to the 280s, they could pay about 55 cents on the dollar at that point. And by the way, that tax would only be for a year. Then it resets based on where that tax is. So, very interesting things. Great trade today. Bobby Witt got a massive extension. I was very impressed with that one. It's very good, although it's formatted very weird. From $2 million and tapers up to $35 million the last 4 years before going to $30 million and then $28 million the last 2 if that 3-year option is exercised. Ended up being a 14-year, $300-something million deal, and great deal for Bobby Witt. Why do I bring him up? People have been talking about giving a Volpe that kind of extension. You kidding me? You kidding me? No.
Are you goddamn
We're talking about a kid that couldn't hit. He barely hit above 200. Volpe is not worthy of any kind of an extension, guys.
Are you
no way.
kidding me?
If in the next couple of years he proves it, as Witt, who's a 4th-year player, did, then maybe you consider it. But if Volpe struggles to hit this year, he will not be a shortstop very long. That's why you have Jeter Downs, Yorbit Vivas, Oswaldo Cabrera, Oswald Peraza that can all play shortstop. Even Rodrigo Reyes is starting to fly up the system. He'll be AA by the end of this year. Whether he gets to AAA or above, I doubt it. I won't say it's impossible, but I'm going to say I doubt it very seriously. That's a different story. But yeah, he will be in Triple or AA this year. So the Yankees have options at shortstop. Another thing I was told. Nobody's talked about it, so you're getting it right here. From NYYNEWS and the King Source. That's me. The Yankees are involved on Willie Adames, but they're not going to overpay for him. If they get him at a good price, you bet they'll trade Willie Adames, put him at shortstop. But they're not going to overpay for him. Yes, Yankees fast bet Devin Williams, but that price tag remains sky high. Sky high. The Dodgers are involved on Devin Williams. The Royals are. That's going to be a very expensive one for somebody. Okay? That's going to be a very expensive one. By the way, there's Mittens hiding back there. Devin Williams is only owed $7.5 million this year, about $9 million next year. Then he's a free agent. That is not a lot for a tops in the game closer. We're probably talking he's going to try to break the records for relievers when he hits free agency in a couple years. So that's pretty cheap for him. And same as Emmanuel Clase, who's only owed $4.5 million the next 3 years, and it skyrockets up about $20 million a year. So I don't expect him traded up to 2026 season for Clase. Devin Williams, I could see it this year. I could see it. Same with Willie Thomas, especially after the Corbin Burns trade. What do I think of the Corbin Burns trade? Good place to end. I don't really care. He's never pitched at a pitcher's park, or a hitter's park, I should say. He gives up a lot of fly balls to right field that in Milwaukee will knock it out, but they're going to launch out in Baltimore, and even out to center field and right center. I think it'll humble him and knock him down to earth. Same with Josh, just got the last name, Hader, with the Cheat Stros. He gives up a lot of fly balls to left field that we're not getting out in San Diego or Milwaukee. 100% Rick. That will in Houston in the Crawford boxes. And even to right field, a lot of them will get out in the other two parks. So I don't think these guys are going to be near as good as people think. I think they will flop back. What do I think the AL East standings will be right now? I have the Yankees at 95 wins, then the O's around 88 to 90 wins. And then kind of a drop-off, though I can see the Jays at 85, but a drop-off because the Rays are going to, I don't have them get 80 wins. Losing Luke Raley and Manuel Margot, it's going to hurt. Also not having Tyler Glasnow weakens that rotation. So I think the Rays are going to fall back big time to 75 wins, and the Red Sox, they've added pieces. They've done nothing to tell me they're any better than they were last year. They might be worse than last year. So I have them finishing last. So it's been a ring again with Adam King. Have a great day, everybody. Remember, the King Source loves you.